Hey guys, it's about beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Today I do appreciate you stopping by. Today's beer comes from Three Notch Brewing Company. These guys are up in Charlottesville. This is their Fandom of the Hopera. And they, according to the label, they're calling this an Imperial Red IPA. And right on the front label here it says bottled on 01/15/19. Excuse me. So January 15th of 2019, and this showed up at the beer store. Wouldn't think it would take that long to get this down here. We're only 2 hours away from this brewery, and today is the 24th. So, and we picked this up yesterday, and it's the first time we'd seen it there. So just goes to show you how the distribution is in this part of Virginia. It takes 2 months for a brewery that's 2 hours away. I don't understand that. Anyway, it is what it is. I can't control that. I have done several of the beers from these guys that we have purchased, and they seem to be decent. I don't think anything is outstanding. A lot of breweries around here brew a lot of transitional beers, guys. They're trying to get the macro lager drinkers over into something with a little bit better taste or more taste than this grassy, grainy lager. But they don't produce anything outstanding for the seasoned craft beer drinker. And I found that the problem. Now, sometimes you can go to the breweries and they'll have stuff that's not being bottled or canned that's there, that's tasty. But as far as finding something from the breweries around here in the stores that's been canned or bottled, good luck with that. They just don't do it. I don't understand. Seems like they would produce something that would bring in the seasoned craft beer drinkers rather than doing a lot of transitional type beers. But it is what it is. So let's get on with this one. This is a 7.8%er. It's got it on the label, so we've got the bottled on date and the ABV on the label. As far as the IBUs, I didn't see it on the label, but Untappd has it listed at 90, which is fairly impressive. A lot of IBUs there. So I'm hoping it's going to fit into the IPA scale or style and not just a big malty Imperial Red Ale. So we'll see how much hop profile this has. To be considered an IPA, the IBUs go with an Imperial IPA, but we'll see how much hop presence it has. And if it does, I'm going to tell you that, and if it doesn't, I'm going to tell you that too. So we'll find out whether I think it's an Imperial Red Ale or an Imperial Red IPA. So that's all we need to talk about. The commercial description here on Untappd says Red Double IPA collaboration with fans of Virginia craft breweries. So let's get this opened up and see what we got going on with this one. Nice hiss. Not a lot of smoke coming out of it. We're going to pour this fairly aggressive, guys, unless it starts generating a monster head, and it doesn't look like it's going to. But we got it all in there, and we got a very impressive head from that super aggressive pour. About 2 fingers of head on it. It is a nice red amber color. A lot of bubbles streaming up from the bottom of it. Looks pretty good. A little bit cloudier in this big bowl part than it is on the thin part of the glass down here, but still I can still see light through it. It's does look like a filtered beer to me, guys. So let's get it to the nose and see what we have. Definitely getting the malts, nice maltiness to the beer. A little bit of citrusiness in there. It's not off the chain as far as hop profile. Just a little bit of citrusiness in there, maybe some oranges. Well, let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Citrusiness, oranges, maybe a hint of tangerines. Alcohol is very well hidden. It's very smooth to drink for the 90 IBUs they're claiming. But to me, guys, it tastes like an East Coast double IPA or an Imperial IPA. Just enough hop notes to let you know you're drinking that style. But nothing off the chain, you know, nothing like a New England style or any kind of hazy, unfiltered beer in that style. So, right now, tastes like a decent beer. Nothing world class or outstanding, but very decent. And, you know, for a 7.8%er, that's up into the IPA alcohol range, where I would consider buying something like this. Since they are, I consider them local, 2 hours away, is a Virginia beer. So, try out the fridge, let me sip on it, and see if I pick up anything else, or if I change my mind. Right now, I'm just thinking it's decent. So, I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping on it a while. Very nice facing is left on the glass. It is a tasty beer, guys. I will say that. They've got the ABV on the bottle and the bottled on date. Decent beer. It would probably be something I would buy if I couldn't find anything else, especially since it's a 7.8 Imperial. But the hops are very subdued. Like I said earlier, a little bit of citrusy notes. Maybe it's a hint of some orange and tangerine in there, and that's about it. If you're looking for something that's going to blow your socks off or your hair back, this is not it. But it's not an expensive beer to buy, around $10 for a 6-pack of them, which is, you know, pretty average around here. So with that being said, I did find it tasty. I did find it enjoyable. I did find it easy to drink. The IBUs doesn't seem to be 90, which they're claiming, but it could be. It could be. My palate is well beyond what it was 10 years ago. So I may have found this a little too bitter at that time. Not now. So it all depends on what you want to drink and where your palate is at the time and what you can detect as far as alcohol and IBUs. A decent beer. It is. I'm not going to take away from it. It is a tasty beer. Like I said, don't think it's to the A category. It's close, but it fits the East Coast style of a double or Imperial IPA well. Because the East Coast styles are kind of on the subdued side, kind of transitional now as far as I'm concerned. But it's well made, I will say that. So let's do the final chug on this one. It does have a nice aroma. I'm getting the malts and hints of some citrusy apples, oranges or tangerines. Probably something I will probably purchase in the future since Bell's Hop Slam. I keep pronouncing, my brain and my mouth's not connected. The Bell's Two Heart, from I hear from one of my subscribers, have stopped distributing to Virginia. So when they're gone, more than likely they're gone. You know, I'm not going to buy them if they're still sitting there and they're 3 months or older. I'm not going to buy them. So you may see, and these guys here, I don't think they produce all their beers year around. I'm not sure, but it seems like when one of them shows up, it's there for about a month or so, and then it's gone. And then something else from this brewery will show up, and then it's gone. So if it if it continues to pop up and I can't get something else, I may choose to buy this again. So I did buy a 6-pack of it, so we got 5 more to go. Final chug. And the reason we bought a 6-pack of it, because the bales that was on the shelf was dated either November or December, and it was beyond a 3-month shelf life as far as I'm concerned. Probably could have bought it, but I'm just not a fan of buying IPAs or double IPAs that are 3 months or older, and that's why we didn't pick it up. We picked this up instead just to give it a whirl, since I hadn't had it before. So to me, guys, it's B+. That's where I'm going to put this. 88. That's where the grade I'm going to give this one. Over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 3.84 in their very good range. I would agree with that. That's about where I'm putting it. Over to Untapped, they have it at 3.72, which is in their B range, almost to the B+, but not quite. So, and the people that do these reviews and post grades and comments on these sites, if it doesn't blow their hair back or their socks off, a lot of times they don't give it a very good grade. So that's why there's some discrepancies between what one site has over the other. So and this one isn't blowing my hair back or my socks off. The reason it gets the B+ instead of the B, because it does have the ABV on there and the bottled on date. So if you've had this one from 3 Notch Brewing, this is their Fandom of the Hopera. Let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.